Right before he turned 2, we got that diagnosis, and they were hesitant. You know, they say, we don't really want to use that word.
Andrew. As a parent, it was kind of hard to see if anything was wrong with your child, but to hear a word that you never knew what it was, that was kind of scary. Andrew is now 15, so doesn't have much language, don't know if he's ever going to be able to work.
Yeah, you start thinking about, we're not going to live forever.
Sort of make wishes or hopes, you know, prayers along the way, that if he could just find a place to live that's safe.
I've been contemplating what happens when the school bus stops coming almost from the day it arrived. We're entering a time of a perfect storm with the rise in the number of children with autism becoming adults with autism, dwindling government resources, and so few options.
For the next 10 years, there are going to be 500,000 young adults that become adults that are going to need to find a place to live. Today, over 70% of all adults live at home with their parents, and half of all of adults need some daily support.
Living on my own has really been a good experience. I make sure I take care of my responsibilities around the apartment, cleaning, cooking for myself.
Independent living means doing your laundry, have goal settings, public transportation, a lot of good stuff.
That autism is like a puzzle, and it can be very confusing to a lot of people.
We don't know anything about autism. And I just want autism to be cured.
Our home, sweet home.
There's no real difference between this next phase of what's needed that society needs to step up and figure out how to provide a solution from what we've all faced through the earlier days of early intervention and school-age programs.
When society invests in the education of children with autism and then pulls the plug at age 21 or 22, we see regression in all kinds of areas.
There's still a lot of people thinking it's not, they want to put their hands over their face and say, it's not coming, it's not coming. It's like, believe me, it's here. And the programs that get out ahead of it, you know, Autism Speaks, who's really trying to move this agenda.
Autism Speaks came about. It was like a whole new world. I was able to look and see what was going on, what I needed to do, what other families were doing.
One of the things that Autism Speaks has tried to help policymakers understand is that this is a gigantic financial burden.
You know, I sit on the Autism Speaks Housing Committee, and I think that there's been some really terrific work done just trying to understand what those needs are. There's a notion that individuals with autism, you know, can't socialize or they don't want to be part of a social grouping, and it's just not true.
A lot of good evidence that shows the more that people are integrated into the community, the more that they are able to be employed in normal, typical settings, the better the outcome for the individual, the better the outcome for society and the taxpayer.
By investing in these children when they're young, we save society a fortune over the course of a lifetime, and that it is much cheaper to serve them on a minimal basis than it is to serve them in custodial care.
Without support, it's going to be a dire situation. And in fact, I think it'll create a cost for society that's far greater than the cost will be if we actually work together with a solid plan.
And if they really just take a look at our kids and see the potential, I think they would change their minds.
Give us a chance and we could change the world.
My hope for autistic people is to be independent.
Please help solve my puzzle that I'm having.
Please be respectful for people with autism.
Please help.
When you know that I was always on your side.
All we want is to be given a chance. Just give us that and we'll make you proud.